The wind blew softly over the quiet fields. The old hangar stood at the edge of the property, forgotten and silent for years. No one had gone inside since the war ended. No ships, no tools, no reason. But today, he felt something. Ethan stood in front of the rusted door, holding the heavy handle. It groaned as he pulled it open. Dust floated into the sunlight like ghosts. The metal creaked under its own weight. The smell of oil, rust, and old engines hit his nose. He stepped inside, his boots crunching on gravel and fallen screws. Everything was as he remembered, except something was wrong. There were footprints in the dust. He froze. The hangar had been locked for years. No one had the key. No one even cared about this place anymore. But the footprints were fresh and small. He moved slowly, his hand near his sidearm. His flashlight swept across old crates, broken drones, and unused gear. Shadows danced on the walls, and then he heard it. A soft breath. A quick movement. A whisper of skin brushing metal. He turned fast, like catching something behind an engine block. Someone was hiding. "Hello?" He called out. "Who's there?" No answer. He stepped closer, carefully avoiding the creaky metal plates on the floor. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said gently. "Just come out." Silence. Then, a sudden movement. A figure darted out from behind the engine. Ethan saw a flash of pale lavender skin, long white hair, and eyes large and glowing faintly. It was a girl. An alien girl. She looked terrified. Before he could say a word, she ran toward the dark back corner of the hangar. "Wait!" Ethan shouted. But she was gone. Hidden again. He moved to the spot where she was hiding earlier. His light hit something strange, a small glowing device. It pulsed with blue light and gave off a low hum. He picked it up. It felt warm, like it had been held just moments ago. As he turned it in his hand, the device lit up brighter. Then, a soft voice came from it. Her voice. "Don't follow me. You'll be in danger too." Ethan's heart skipped a beat. Who was she? How long had she been living here? Why was she so afraid? He checked the back of the hangar. There were blankets, empty food cans, even a water bottle. She had made a nest here, hidden right under his nose. Was she running from someone or something? He sat down on a nearby crate, the device still in his hand. The blue light faded slowly, but her voice echoed in his mind. This wasn't just a scared alien hiding. This was something more. And he had just stepped into it. Suddenly, the hangar's lights flickered. Power was being drained. The device in Kochi. His hand blinked red. He turned toward the shadows again. Something else was inside, now. Not her. Something bigger. Something hunting her. The hangar door slammed shut with a loud bang. Ethan spun around, flashlight jerking. The beam hit nothing but dust and old metal. The air had changed. It felt colder, heavier, like something was watching him. Then it came again, not from the device. A voice. Soft, scared. "Please, don't let them take me." It came from the far end of the hangar. Not mechanical, real, alive. Ethan's grip on the glowing device tightened. "Who's after you?" he called out, stepping slowly toward the shadows. "Tell me what's going on." No answer, only a soft shuffle, like bare feet moving across the metal floor. Then, she stepped into the light, not fully, just enough for him to see her face. Half hidden behind a beam, she looked at him with wide glowing eyes. Her skin shimmered faintly, lavender with silver patterns that moved when she breathed. Her long hair flowed down, messy and wild, like she had been hiding for months. "I didn't mean to come here," she whispered. "I was just trying to survive." Ethan didn't move. He kept his voice calm. "You've been living here this whole time?" She nodded. "Since the ship crashed. They think I'm dead." "Who's they?" She looked over her shoulder, as if expecting something to come through the walls. "Hunters, not yours, mine." Ethan took a careful step forward. Why were you in my hangar? It was quiet, forgotten, no cameras. I thought I'd be safe here. She looked down. Until you came. He noticed her arms shaking. Not. Just fear. She was weak. You're injured, he said. She looked away, shame in her voice. I haven't eaten in days. My blood doesn't heal fast anymore. Not here. Ethan slowly placed the glowing device on the floor and raised his hands. I can help, he said. Food, water, medicine. But you have to tell me the truth. Why are they hunting you? She hesitated. Then she said one word. Because I refused. Refused? What? Her glowing eyes locked onto his. Breeding, obedience, ownership. I was promised freedom, but it was a lie. They want to control my kind. I escaped before they could use me. Ethan's jaw clenched. She wasn't just a runaway. She was a survivor of something cruel. Something human. And now they were coming. The hangar lights flickered again. A deep hum filled the air. She gasped. They found me. Who? She backed up, her eyes wide. You have to go. If they see you with me, they'll kill. You too. Ethan didn't move. No, he said. You hid here. In my hangar. That means this is my fight now too. She stared at him. Confused, maybe even touched. No one had ever said that to her before. Then a distant, low growl echoed outside the metal walls like a ship descending. Not a peaceful landing. A hunt. Ethan turned to the sealed hangar door. He didn't know what was out there, but one thing was clear now. She wasn't the enemy. The red light pushed through the metal cracks like blood seeping from a wound. Ethan stood still. So did she. A low vibration passed through the floor, not from engines, but footsteps. Heavy ones. The alien girl, her name still unknown, pressed her back to the wall, hugging herself. Her silver-lined skin shimmered as she whispered, It's a beast-class tracker. It doesn't track scent, it tracks fear. Ethan whispered, What does that even mean? She looked up at him. If your heart races, if you feel terror, it finds you, it feeds on it. Ethan blinked. So we're supposed to be calm while a monster hunts us? She nodded slowly, or we die screaming. Suddenly, something scraped across the hangar's outer wall. Metal. Bent inward with a terrible moan. Ethan ducked down, pulling her behind a row of old crates. He whispered, I need your name. She looked confused. If we die, I want to know who I'm dying with. Yalexa, she said softly. Ethan nodded. I'm Ethan. Yalexa looked toward the door. Ethan, if it gets in. Don't protect me, run. Ethan raised an eyebrow. That's not how I work. The hangar door began to glow red hot. The locks melted. Something huge was on the other side, breathing deep. Slow, like it was enjoying the moment before the kill. Yalexa clutched her arm. It was bleeding now. The glow under her skin flickered. They marked me, she said, before I escaped. It's how the beast follows. Ethan scanned the hangar with his eyes. Tools, weapons, old power cables, broken drone parts. He had one. Plan. Can it die? He asked. She looked at him. Everything can die. But no one ever tries. He smirked. I'm not no one. The hangar door exploded. Inward flames burst into the room. A massive shape stepped through. It wasn't a ship. It wasn't a machine. It was alive. Tall, armored, claws dragging the floor. Its head twisted in impossible angles. No eyes. Just rows of teeth on something that didn't even look like a mouth. Yalexa gasped. The beast turned toward them. It had found her. Not by sound, not by sight, but by fear. Ethan's heart raced. He felt it. Cold sweat. Terror crawling up his spine. The thing knew. But before the beast could move, Ethan grabbed an old shock cable and threw it at the creature's feet. With one spark, the floor lit up. Electricity arced into the monster's leg. It shrieked, a horrible sound that bent the air. But it didn't fall. It was angry now. It ran straight toward them. It'd move. He grabbed Alexa and dove behind a wrecked hoverbike as the beast smashed through crates and metal like paper. They hit the floor hard. Yale, Exa groaned. It doesn't stop. It never stops. Ethan looked at her glowing wound. That's when he understood. It's following the mark inside you. She nodded weakly. Cut it out, or we both die. He froze. You want me to? Her voice shook. Now, before it reaches us. Asterisk, the blade trembled in Ethan's hand. Not because of the monster stomping closer, but because he was about to cut into her. Yale, Exa lay against the crate, her arm glowing faintly where the mark pulsed under her skin. The light wasn't bright, it was angry, red, alive. Do it, she said through gritted teeth. You have to. Ethan shook his head. I don't even know what I'm cutting. What if I hit something? She grabbed his shirt, eyes burning into his. If you don't, the beast will find us in seconds. Cut it out. Or I die anyway. He nodded slowly, then looked at the blade. It wasn't clean. It was a rusted field knife from an old emergency kit. The best he had. He took a deep breath and sliced. Alexa screamed low and sharp, biting her lip to keep from crying out loud. Blood poured out, but it wasn't red. It shimmered blue like starlight. Ethan's hands moved fast, trying not to panic. The mark inside her arm twisted, like a living worm made of glass. It pulsed hard, like it knew what he was doing. Suddenly, it moved. What the hell? Ethan gasped. It's alive, Alexa coughed. It's not a mark. It's a tracker parasite. It feeds off pain. Ethan gritted his teeth and pushed the blade deeper. Beast outside growled. It felt her pain. The entire hangar shook as it slammed into the wall again. Closer this time. The creature wasn't looking anymore. It was charging blind, drawn straight to the signal in her blood. Almost there, Ethan muttered. Just hold on. Alexa clenched her jaw, shivering, her skin growing paler. Then he saw it, a small shard of glowing crystal, wrapped in tiny veins, moving on its own. He grabbed it with pliers from a nearby kit and ripped it out. Alexa passed out. The tracker parasite pulsed once in his hand, then shriveled, shrieked, and died. The hangar fell quiet. The beast stopped moving. For one long second, it stood still, and then it turned away. Ethan held his breath. Was it over? The monster let out a final groan and stomped back toward its ship. Within seconds, it was gone. Smoke and silence filled the hangar. Ethan dropped to the floor beside Alexa. She was cold, pale, her breath was faint. Come on. Stay with me, he said. He looked around. No medkits, no alien tech. Nothing but scraps. Then his eyes landed on the glowing device she'd left behind. He grabbed it and shouted, "This thing saved your life once. Do it again." No response. Then it blinked. A voice, mechanical, soft, female. Healing protocol. Unlocked. A thin beam of light scanned her body. Ethan watched, amazed as her wound closed slowly, but surely. The device stopped blinking. She opened her eyes. Barely. You didn't run, she whispered. Ethan smiled. Told you I'm not like the others. She blinked once, then her eyes widened. Ethan, the beast wasn't alone. He turned sharply. Outside. Something was landing again. This time it wasn't hunting. It was watching. A deep vibration rolled across the ground, but it wasn't the beast this time. Ethan turned his head sharply as a new ship landed just beyond the hangar wall. This one was sleek, polished, and eerily silent. No fire, no crash. Just a soft hum. Like a heartbeat in space. Yale Exa, barely conscious, whispered, "That's not a hunter ship. That's worse." Ethan helped her sit up. "You recognize it?" Her eyes flickered with fear. "That's a consular-class ship. Government issued. My people don't send those unless they want a public capture." A voice boomed through. The metal walls clear, cold, and emotionless. We know she is inside. This is an official retrieval mission. The marked subject is to be returned. No harm will come to the human if he does not interfere. Ethan clenched his jaw. Friendly tone, he muttered. But it sounds like a threat. Yelexa tried to stand, wobbling. They'll say anything to make it seem peaceful. But if you open that door ... they won't ask twice. Ethan helped her sit back down. Then we won't open the door. There was a pause. Then the voice returned. You have 60 seconds. After that, we come in. Outside, silent figures moved tall. Masked beings in black armor, with long arms and glowing staffs. Not soldiers. Not killers. Collectors. Yale, X's single quotes. S breath grew shaky. They don't kill, they erase. Memory, voice, even name. Once they take me, I won't be me anymore. Ethan's eyes searched the hangar for options. Tools, tech, anything. We need to run, she said weakly. No, Ethan said. We've already run enough. This time, we send a message. Yelexa looked confused. What can we do against a ship full of collectors? Ethan grabbed the damaged drone unit from the back wall. Half its shell was rusted, but the energy core inside still hummed. He ripped the casing off and exposed the pulse cell. You said they don't like attention, right? She nodded slowly. Then I say we give them fireworks. He jammed the drone into the hangar's old power conduit. Sparks flew. What are you doing? She asked, voice panicked. Ethan grinned. If they want you, they'll have to explain why their entire retrieval team got caught in an explosion. Public, loud, messy. She looked at him like he was insane. Maybe he was, but she smiled anyway. Outside, the countdown hit 10. Ethan activated the pulse cell. 9, 8. He grabbed Yelexa and pulled her behind the engine block. 7, 6. The collectors moved forward. 5, 4. The ship's ramp opened. 3, 2. The voice called out one last time. Final warning, surrender the subject. 1. Boom. The hangar exploded in a blinding blue pulse. Walls bent. Fire tore through the entrance. The ship outside jerked violently and rose in panic. Engines sputtering. Ethan covered Yelexa with his body as metal rained down. Then silence. Again. Smoke. Heat. Sparks. He coughed and looked up. The ship was gone. Retreating. Yale XA opened her eyes slowly. You really did that? Ethan laughed, even though it hurt. Told you, my hangar, my rules. But the laugh faded quickly, because in the distance, beyond the smoke, a different shadow moved. Not collector, not beast, not even alien, human. Armor, Earth tech. A soldier, watching. Smoke still curled from the shattered hangar door. The alien ship was gone, but the scent of burning metal and ozone still lingered. Ethan helped Yelexa sit upright again, brushing ash off her shoulders. Her skin was healing barely, but her eyes had changed. She wasn't just scared now. She was angry. Before either of them could speak, a sharp static buzz cut through the silence. It came from Ethan's old link, still clipped to his belt. He hadn't used it in years. It came alive on its own. A voice crackled through. Nice light show, Ethan. You always did like explosions. He froze. That voice. Don't worry, we didn't lose the feed. We've been watching your hangar for months, since she moved in. Yelexa looked up. Who is it? Ethan didn't answer yet. He slowly raised the cum to his mouth. Colonel Reyes, he said coldly. You're still spying on retired people, huh? The voice replied, calm and familiar. You were never retired. Just ... shelved. We had eyes on that hangar since the end of the Orion War. You were sitting on a dead zone. Ethan's stomach turned. That hangar wasn't just old. It was flagged, a surveillance trap. And they'd known someone was living in it. They let it happen, and now they were stepping in. Bring the girl out, Reyes continued. We'll take it from here. Yalexa's eyes narrowed. They knew I was hiding, and they didn't help? Ethan nodded once. Because now. They want you to. She stood, shaky but furious. I escaped my own people. I won't be a prisoner to yours. Too late, Reyes said through the comm. A Black Ops team is en route. You've got 10 minutes. Be smart, Ethan. Hand her over, and we'll wipe the footage. Walk away clean, no questions. Ethan laughed bitterly. So you watched her starve, bleed, and scream in her sleep for weeks. And now you care? She's alien tech, Ethan. You don't understand what she is. Yalexa spoke up, voice low and sharp. He understands more than you ever will, Reyes answered without emotion. Then he dies with you. Ethan crushed the cum under his boot. Yalexa looked at him. You just made yourself a target. I was always one, Ethan said. I just stopped running from the crosshairs. They didn't have time. He pulled out the old floor hatch beneath the hangar, a tunnel he hadn't used since his smuggling days. We go underground. There's a vehicle 3 clicks out. Yalexa hesitated. Why are you doing this? Ethan paused. Then said quietly, because when you were hunted, I stood by the door. But now I know who the real enemy is. She nodded, and they dropped into the darkness together, but above them, a new shadow landed. Black boots, human armor, guns without serial numbers. No flags. No questions. Just an order. Find them, alive if possible. Dead if not. The underground tunnel was dark, wet, and narrow. Their footsteps echoed like whispers, chasing them. Ethan held the dim light ahead while keeping his other hand on his weapon. Yalexa followed behind, one hand pressed to her side. The last of her strength was fading, but she hadn't told him everything. Not yet. Keep moving, Ethan whispered. They're right behind us. She stopped. I can't, she said softly. Not until I tell you. Ethan turned. Tell me what? She looked into his eyes. The truth. For a moment, everything was still. Then she spoke, voice shaking. The thing thereafter isn't me, it's what's inside me. Ethan didn't understand. You mean the tracker? She shook her head. That was just a leash. A way to monitor it. What they really want is the core. What core? She closed her eyes. My people created a living AI, not a computer. Not a program. A real learning mind made of light and memory. It was supposed to guide our future. But it became too curious. Ethan stepped back. You're saying it's inside you? She nodded. They couldn't destroy it, so they locked it away, in me. And now Earth knows. She nodded again. If they catch me they'll cut me open. Ethan was silent, but footsteps echoed. Louder now, closer. They'll be here any second, he said. Yale. Exa looked down. If they take me don't let them have it. You have to stop me. Even if that means No, Ethan said sharply. Don't say it. But she stepped forward and placed her hand on his chest. Her voice was soft. If I lose control, if the core wakes up, I won't be me anymore. Suddenly the tunnel lights flickered. A humming sound filled the space. She gasped. The light from her chest glowed through her skin. No, it's waking. She dropped to her knees, screaming. Ethan rushed forward, holding her. Her body trembled like a storm, eyes flashing with white and gold. Her voice changed, distorted. Not hers. You are not registered. Stand back. The AI was speaking through her. She is compromised. Initiating purge. No. Ethan shouted. She's not compromised. She's still here. He grabbed her face. Yalexa, fight it. She blinked hard. The glow dimmed. Her own voice returned. I'm okay. But she sends single quotes T. Ethan picked her up in his arms. Footsteps thundered. Around the corner. Too late. They were surrounded. Black-armored Earth operatives closed in. Guns aimed. No orders. No negotiation. Ethan stood in front of her. Yale Xa whispered, "Let them shoot. Maybe it's safer." But Ethan raised one hand slowly and said, "If you take her, you're not just stealing a life. You're making an enemy of me." One of the soldiers stepped forward, then paused. Because behind Ethan and Yalexa, the tunnel wall began to glow. It opened. A pulse of alien energy carved a new path. Yalexa gasped, "That wasn't me." Ethan turned. "Then what is it?" A shape stepped out of the light. Not Earth, not her people, something older, watching. A deep voice spoke. "She carries more than you know. But she has chosen you. We will protect her now." The Earth soldiers didn't shoot. They backed away, vanished into the dark. Ethan looked at Yale Xa. She looked at him, and then she smiled. "I told you, I was dangerous." He smiled back. "And I told you, I never run."